got the first really big update of the season for creative mode. There is a ton of stuff in this new update, including all of the guns that are in Battle Royale, new devices, crucial updates to old devices, and even a resurrection of an old vehicle. There's also some secret things in this update that Epic didn't even talk about, so I'll mention some of those. Then there's actually quite a few leaks, guys, we gotta go through. Now, one glaring thing missing out of this update is UFOs, guys! Where the heck are the UFOs? I want them in creative mode now! I guess I can't complain too much because this update's actually amazing. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, I always like to start with the leaks in these update videos, and the place I get my creative leaks is from Fortnite Creative News and Leaks on Twitter, so thanks to them for always providing this awesome information. So first, it's been leaked that we'll be getting the Coliseum soon, which I'm super excited about. There's a lot of really cool props, including the Peely statue in these prefabs and galleries. There's also some really cool terrain pieces in that gallery, so I'm excited to get this whenever it comes out. Also, it's been leaked that we're gonna get a new visual filter on the mutator zone. This hopefully means we'll be able to change the visual filter in the middle of the game. So there could be a zone where someone could walk into it and it's a comic filter, or they go somewhere else and it turns into black and white. This is actually really cool. Hopefully we get this soon. It is not in the game yet. A new emote controller has been leaked. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be available to everyone, but it says you can add or remove the ability to use a specified emote on the island. And then these are some of the settings that have been leaked. You can block sprays. You can have an exclusive category, so players will only be able to use the emotes in that specified category. Then you can add or block emotes depending on an emote ID, which that could get really confusing. So maybe this is just for certain players, kind of like the mannequin device. I don't know, we'll have to see. There have also been these settings for some sort of a device. So this looks to me like a particle gallery device or something, where you could have one device, but then you can specify what it does. That could be interesting. Then also, it looks like there may be a dance mannequin device that can do emotes, but the public won't have access to that, so that stinks. That's a terrible note to end the leaks on, but that's all the leaks. All right, now let's get into all of the new stuff, and there's quite a bit in this one. There's a lot of really cool hidden stuff as well, so pay attention. So the first and most obvious thing is we got all of the new guns with their different variants in the game. Look, it's the rail gun. I love this gun. I just think it's so freaking cool. We also got the Chimera ray gun, which is awesome, and the pulse rifle, which is really cool. It's very similar to like the Tony Stark rifle, so it's kind of our way of getting some of the Marvel stuff now in creative. They also added a few other guns, like the legendary, epic, and rare versions of the rapid fire SMG, so that's really nice to have. They also added the legendary and epic versions of the hunting rifle, so that is very nice to have as well. And then finally, they added the scoped assault rifle in the legendary and epic variants. So our arsenal of gun is expanding. Next, and this is really cool, but you can now place the fishing zone wherever you want. It doesn't have to be in water. It can be literally anywhere. They've also added a new setting to the fishing device, which is really awesome. So now they have pool types, so you could have the Battle Royale version where it just randomly gives you the Battle Royale loot, but you can also have device inventory where you can put in whatever you want. So say you want this to only output thermal fish, you put this in your inventory, and then you can drop it into the pool, and that's the only thing that will come out of that. And then if you add something else like, I don't know, shield potions, and you put that in the device, then the fish and the shield potion will have an equal chance of being fished out of that hole, and you can add as many items to this as you want. Another setting they've added is that you can make it so it's trigger only, so that it triggers something when people start fishing. So that's really awesome. They've also made the damage volume device now a prop, which is really awesome. Now all we need is the mutator zone. That's gonna be a huge game changer. This is gonna be really nice though, and make for some probably really insane boss fights. And then also death run levels. Man, there's gonna be some crazy stuff with this device. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Now this next one is for you master mechanics out there, and it has to do with the random number generator. They've fixed an issue on the device where instant wasn't happening instantly, so now it should happen instantly, which actually opens up a lot of doors for us. They've also fixed an issue where now it will only pick a number once if you have this setting turned on, where before that wasn't working and it used to confuse me like crazy. So these are all really great settings for the RNG device. Also, a new change to the HUD controller device, which just came out recently. They've now made it so you can activate activate and deactivate it when it's receiving from a channel. So you could have someone with a full HUD at some point and then have like a little cinematic experience where you turn off all of the HUD stuff and then you can reactivate it after that. So that is really cool and makes this device way more powerful. They've added an insane setting to the teleporters. If you go into the teleporter, you're gonna see this new setting called Effect Radius. So you can change this to be 1 meter all the way up to 50 meters. So that means that anyone within 50 meters of this teleporter, when it's activated, will get teleported as well. You can have whole teams, whole lobbies teleported to a new area when it's activated. So theoretically, you could have like a level over here where people are fighting, and then once the time is up, they all get teleported to a new area and so on and so forth. It's really cool. And honestly, my brain can't even think of all of the ideas that can come from this device now. Included in this, you can also maintain their relative position. So if they were standing over here when they got teleported, they would be standing in that same place relative to the other teleporter that it's teleporting to. That's not confusing at all, right? They've also made it so now we can have 250 channels. Remember when we could only have 8 channels, guys? 250. They also said they've increased the cap for all resources, including gold, to almost 1 million. Although in the game, it only says 99,000, so maybe that's a little off. Next, and this is really exciting. Remember how they took out all of our old vehicles? Well, they're starting to add some back. We have ATKs. Yahoo! Not only do we have ATKs back, but we have all of the new vehicle settings, like you can assign drivers when receiving from certain channels and other cool settings like that. So that's really exciting. They've also added some really cool stuff to the water cube galleries. They've added new variants of the water to have this really thin version. And then they've also given us 2 new water variants. So you know how they recently added this like clear blue water? Well, now we have clear water. I don't know, it's a light brown. And then we got this like, I don't know, yellowish color clear water too. This is kind of gross water. This would be like a good swampy water effect. I just love that now we have more of this like clear see-through water effects, and I think it's just awesome. They've also added this giant TV in the new residential A galleries, and when you blow this all the way up, it is truly giant. Actually, you know what would be cool to do with this? Is to make like a static room out of it. Yo, check this out. This is kind of trippy. Ah! Now, there's a couple of secret updates here they didn't put in the patch notes at all, but on the air vents, there's a new setting where you can skydive after launch. So normally when you hit an air vent, you just kind of bounce up like this, but now you can change the skydive after launch to yes, and then when you jump off this, it launches you like you're jumping out of the bus or something, and it pulls out your glider. And then this one is really odd. I really don't know why they added this, but when you get on a hoverboard, you have that sound effect of you like floating around and boosting. Well, now you can turn off those sound effects and you ride around and it's completely silent. Even when you boost, there's no audio. It's really eerie, and I don't know why they added this, but you could definitely have maps where you're like sneaking up on people completely silently. No steps, nothing. So you guys are gonna have to tell me why they added that. I have no idea, but a really cool update, and you guys know what we gotta do on update day before we end. We had to do a 360 TV. Actually, that looks kind of cool. And when I do a full 360 on this, check it out. We got like, I don't know, some hairy something. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it.